Going to Facebook to share this right now.
Oh yeah, we live, baby. We're live. Hey, come on into the Bitcoin Club room here. We are ready to roll. Oh
Boy,
yeah, videos live.
I love this, man.
Man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Hey everybody. Hey, come on in. Go ahead, hit that share button. Go to Facebook, hit that share button. I'm also on YouTube, Mr. Ken 913. So for those who are only on YouTube, you can actually go ahead and smash that like and share button on YouTube as well. Welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started here in a good minute. We're going to give a couple people an opportunity to come on. All right. Let's go. Yeah, it's Saturday night, right? Is it Saturday night, Mr. Rufus? Ready? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
There we go.
There you
I heard
go.
some double feedback. I was trying to see what I can do.
It's Saturday Night Live, man. I tell you what, we're excited about some of the things that we got going on, and we want to just impart some information to the people of the world. So hey, listen, that you have the ability to do your due diligence, man, because the crypto space is blowing up. It's on fire. More and more people are really starting to take hold and take heed to the information and what cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin. When you hear me talk a lot about cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin is the granddaddy of them all in the sense that it still, occupies 60% of the cryptocurrency space. So it's really big. It's $1 trillion right now. Bitcoin's $1 trillion global conglomerate right now, and is actually growing up by the day and blowing up. So what I want to do is, I have a gentleman here with me, and I tell you, he's one of the top leaders in all of MLS Bitcoin Club, Mr. Rufus Reddick. Got a fantastic testimony. And we're going to tag team this thing tonight. Why? Because we want you to get 100% of the information. We want to give you kind of nuanced perspectives because everybody's experience is different. No one has the same experiences, whether it's life or business. Okay, so what we want to do is kind of talk you through, and this is like a talking through type of a scenario. Now, I believe, let me make sure, I believe comments that are left in my Facebook will post here in the chat. If it does, definitely we'll do whatever we can to answer any questions that you may have. Now we're going to go through the information really quick. Why? Because we want to give you time to ask questions, give you time to absorb some information, and perhaps some of the people that are already in the club already want to make a comment about their experience, and certainly we want to give a little time for that as well. Okay, we're not going to take up your whole evening, but man, we want to make this fun and entertaining and informative for all of you on the live tonight. So for those of you that are on, welcome to the MLS Bitcoin Club presentation. Like I said, I got Mr. Rufus Reddick here with me, and we are about to get started. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and share the screen with the presentation here, and actually give you guys an opportunity. Let's see here. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me if I. All right, let me see here. I tell you what, let's take it off of presentation mode for a second. I noticed in presentation mode we both disappear, Rufus.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave it in this format. So and if those of you that are able to comment, let's see here. Hold on 1 second before we get started. Let me go my banners. Create a banner. Okay, let's see here. All right, I'm just doing a quick test here of these banners. Okay. See how that works. Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. You see that, Mr. Reddick?
Hey, learning on the fly, baby.
That's right. We're
Hey,
learning on the go. I tell you what.
hey, a couple of years from now, we're gonna look back on like, man, you see how green we were? We're gonna be sitting on
tell
the
you,
beach somewhere.
yes, sir. And it is said that if you don't learn anything new in this COVID-19 season, I mean, you didn't take advantage of the time to be at home enough.
This the
No,
chance.
we're all coming out of this with new skills, new opportunities, or we have time to slow down, and new opportunities are coming our way, and they're not bypassing us because we're so busy that we don't recognize it when it shows up. They say opportunities, they keep moving. They just move on to the next prepared person. Okay, so you have to be prepared in this season to learn something new and then monetize. Okay, learn something new and then monetize it or give it away. I don't care what you do with it, but learn something new is the key. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and begin with this MLS Bitcoin presentation, because I think when you guys start to really understand what this club is, it is an amazing opportunity for people to receive free Bitcoin. Okay, in this season of cryptocurrency, as if you look at Bitcoin, in October of last year, October 2020, Bitcoin was $10,000 a coin. But if you Google Bitcoin price now, it is somewhere in the area of $50,000 a coin. So it has had a 5x growth in the last 4 months or so, 5 months. I mean, it's amazing what Bitcoin is doing. And yet I still get people asking me, what is Bitcoin? And what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, but I want to talk a little bit about the 5 pillars of wealth and also how you can receive Bitcoin for free. Okay, this is not just information only, but just keep in mind, Mr. Reddick and we've been around the block. This right here is about information. Okay, and this right here, disclaimer, is I just to let you know that we're not financial advisors, we're not tax advisors. Okay, we are here for entertainment and information purposes only. Okay, so you can read through there and keep in mind with the club that there are no refunds. So if you decide to partner up with us in the club, okay, there are no refunds, and the reason why is the club does not hold funds. Okay, it does not hold funds, so there's no refund to give you. All right, so just keep that in mind. But cryptocurrency prices fluctuate greatly. Like I just mentioned, you can have some $10,000 increase weeks, and then it can decrease by 10,000. But historically, cryptocurrency has always gone up in value, particularly Bitcoin. Okay, all right. So I just want to, the disclaimer is very, very important. Okay, your MLS experience. Like I said, we're going to talk about the 5 pillars. We're going to talk about who we are. The MLS University. When you talk about education, it is an amazing concept that this platform brings to people. In the area of learning. Okay, why Bitcoin? There's so many reasons I can reel off reason after reason after reason about Bitcoin, but just for the sake of this presentation, I'm gonna just limit to what it is in the presentation that we're going to talk about. Okay, how to acquire free Bitcoin, as I mentioned, and how to get started. Okay, massive leverage system. That's what MLS is. Massive leverage system. Leverage simply means you can take something smaller, okay, and move something larger. That's what leverage is. Okay. Okay. Who is the MLS Bitcoin Club? We are a membership club operating in several, serving members since 2014. We operate globally with our corporate office in Atlanta, Georgia. Our mission is to create a self-managing system for members to accumulate Bitcoin for free while growing your financial knowledge to elevate you and your family to a better lifestyle. I mean, I love that mission statement. It's absolutely amazing. Now, where did it all get started? It started with this gentleman right here, Mr. Derry Perkinson. You're talking about a retired Army Master Sergeant, okay, computer engineer. He's the visionary for the MLS Bitcoin Club. And I love his quote. He says, "If you walk with me, I will make you a millionaire." Ladies and gentlemen, that is a bold statement. But here's what we're finding is people that walk with Mr. Wall Street, as we call him affectionately, are finding their lifestyles are changing for the better. Their level of financial education is going through the roof. They're able to make better decisions with the education, and then absolutely monetize the money they have. Okay. Cash flow daily. Your team grows as one. One thing I love about the club is we are a club. Yesterday we had what is called C-Note Friday, where we learn, hey, listen, pay yourself first. And then we celebrate that on a live event. Okay. And it's absolutely a fun time, and we have guests come on. It's an amazing time. Okay. But when you understand cash flow, I mean, it flows to the people that are looking for it. Ladies and gentlemen, guests on the line, I would tell you, if you're looking for opportunities, they will come to you. If you're looking for cash flow, it will flow to you. Okay. I always encourage people to never chase money, because if you're doing the right things, it will chase you. It will run you down and overtake you. The 5 pillars of wealth are where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're talking about creating cash flow. Okay, acquiring precious metal, gold, silver, even Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually gold 2.0. Okay, infinity banking, learning how to circulate your cash flow in your own home economy 5, 6, 7 times before it ever leaves out. That's infinity banking. Okay, learning to trade. As you probably know, getting into the trading industry a few years ago was a difficult thing. First of all, you had to have at least $100,000 to get in, and you had to have a net worth of at least $2 million. So trading was difficult for a lot of people. But now with the advent of technology, it allows people to get in and trade for a few dollars. Okay, you can take a few dollars and accumulate that and grow that over the course of time, where now through trading, you're making some amazing gains. Acquiring real estate. We all understand that, owning land ownership, man, it's a rite of passage, and everyone should experience that. Everybody should have a piece of land that they can call their own. And we teach that here at the club because it's important. It's an important aspect of it. And plus, real estate is the only estate that's real. Okay. So welcome to the MLS University Online Financial Education course. Okay. We talk about new member onboarding. Okay. 10 levels of education. We get it in bites, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of like eating an elephant. You can only eat it one bite at a time. So guess what? We're going to increase your financial education one bite at a time. Professional development. Learning from the best of the best, learning information that's time tested, that's allowing people to achieve great gains. Why? Because they're not reinventing the wheel. They're doing the same things that got people to levels of success back in the early 1800s, 1700s, that still apply today. The principles are the principles. And I always say that the principles are the principles. And if you want to participate in the promise, practice the principles. All right. Social media training, how to bring, some information to people in your circle. You don't have to have 1 million followers. Ladies and gentlemen, you just have to start where you are. Okay. And we learn that here in the club. Okay. MLS University, 10 levels of financial education. We're talking about level 1, crypto, 101, 102. Well, actually starter level 1 is extreme credit. Getting your credit in order, making sure you have a 720, but having $100,000 in credit that you can pull on at any time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's extreme credit. Now, a lot of people talk about just having good credit, but when you monetize that, when you having that work for you, ladies and gentlemen, it's a game changer. All right. Absolutely. That's level 1. Level 2 is an introduction to business. Okay. Having your LLC, being incorporated. That is crucial in this day and age. And the reason why I say that is because everyone should own their name. I own my name. Okay. My business is my name and I own it. And it's important that you own your name. So now you have a legacy that you can build on and pass on. Okay. That's why that's so powerful. And then level 3 is business credit. being able to not only get your personal credit in order, but your business credit. So now, if you want to start up, even if you don't have a business, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually build your business credit. Okay, you can get an LLC, build your business credit. So now, when that inspiration hits you, you're not begging for finances. You don't build your business credit. Okay, you can actually start to move and move your business into action using other people's money. OPM. Okay, that's powerful. All right. Also, solo 401k. Many of you on the line looking at this probably have a 401k, and you're looking at it over the past week diminish. Why? Because the stock market took a huge hit last week. If you're not paying attention, it took a huge hit. Hopefully you survived it and things didn't work out terribly for you. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a switch and there's a shift going on in the monetary system here. Okay. And certainly what you want to do is, if you have a 401k, the best thing you can do is take control of it and not pay those additional fees and that type of stuff. You can control your own 401k. Well, you can learn that right here in the club. Okay. Level 5, ALOCs and HELOCs. ALOCs, advanced lines of credit. Okay. Home equity lines of credit are really, really designed to help you get rid of a mortgage. I know we're taught to have a mortgage and keep it for 30 years or 20 years, or in some cases, even 15 years. But with a home equity line of credit, you can actually cut that in half. Okay, pay your home off in 3 to 5 years, as opposed to the old 15-year antiquated system, 30-year plans. You don't have to do it that way. But most people are not taught that. Well, guess what? You learn that here in the club once you reach level 6. Level 7 is infinity banking. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, what you want to do is ensure that your cash flow is not just going into your bank account and then back out, into your bank account, back out. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for financial instability. And what you want to do is stabilize that by having your cash flow moving through your home economy before it ever leaves out. Okay, offshore and also venture capitalists. So now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, once you reach the higher echelons of training and MLS Bitcoin Club, you're ready to take on the world. You're ready to do some amazing things. Why? Because this system is designed to give you the information that's going to allow you to grow, first of all, and now you can teach others, and also, before it's said and done, you can be that angel investor that can help $1 million business grow into $1 billion business. Okay, so it's all by design. And actually, Mr. Wall Street actually created this for his great grandkids. This system was designed for his great grandkids, but he decided that there were so many people that needed this right now. He came back for us. He was already retired. He's a liquid millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something that he has to have, but he's doing it for us, and we're excited about it, and we're happy about it because we all get the benefit from it. Okay, learn to be your own bank, ladies and gentlemen. I love being my own banker. You see this right here? This right here is called a Trezor, and probably Mr. Reddick probably has one as well. But this right here, I'm able to store my funds on this. As you can see, it's not even attached to the network. This is what President Obama was talking about when he said that people will be carrying around a Swiss bank account in their pockets. This is it. It's called a Trezor. Absolutely amazing. And we learn to be our own bank. Why? Because banks take your money, they loan it out, they get returns on that loan, but they don't give you any of it. I'm like, they're using your money to make them money. And then all of a sudden, they give you that 0.01% annually or whatever they give you in interest. Okay. It'll take 100 years for your money to double at that rate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you have control of your own finances, you can do the necessary things that you will learn in the club that would create even more returns on your investment. That's why this is so powerful. Okay, learn to be your own bank. You learn that right here in the club. Okay, Extreme credit, when we talk about extreme credit, ladies and gentlemen, so here's an example of Mr. Wall Street, and this is his actual cards and stuff back last. Matter of fact, it's almost a year old now. Well, where now, although he has $114,000 in credit cards, he has a 22% usage rate. So $24,000, ladies and gentlemen, get this. He didn't go buy something with it. He used it to reinvest back into himself. That created another return, a greater return. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how it works. And when you understand that, it can literally allow your money to circulate over and over and over and over again, throwing off money to you each and time it circulates, each and every time it cycles. Okay, this right here is a nuanced system that has allowed the rich to get richer. We can't fault them, but what we can do is we can learn the game. And this is where you're going to learn it at, right here in the club. Okay. Also through insurance. I mean, getting the proper life insurance policy that will allow you to use that tax-free money to build wealth. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we do here at the club. Okay, so now as you learn how to do this, first of all, protect yourself. As you can see in this scenario, Mr. Wall Street, his death benefit is 1.3 plus $1 million. Okay, but at the same time, it has a cash value of $111,000. He has an outstanding loan of $84,000. Now, here's the power of that, ladies and gentlemen. The monthly payments, he was earning more than that in the returns. So guess what? He don't really have a bill that he has to come out of his pocket and pay. The system is going to pay his bill for him, but it never messes with his death benefit, and it never takes additional funds out of his pocket. It's an amazing system that we got going here. Okay, learning to trade. Learning to trade is, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot simpler than it used to be. It's a lot more profitable. So now you're going to that ocean of money out there, and you have a bucket, and you're allowed to scoop some of that ocean of money up for you and your family. Learning to trade, ladies and gentlemen, it is a skill, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been in the trading area for about a month and a half now, and it's amazing what you can learn that will allow not only your intellect to grow, but your cash flow to grow too. Trading is where it's at. Okay. And I just mentioned, welcome to your bank. You got your Trezor. I got the Trezor Model T. Trezor 1. Okay. We got a Trezor Model T in this house that we are our own banks, ladies and gentlemen. And it's an amazing concept in the area of storing your money that even also earning interest on that money. Okay. So now that you're not just putting money away, you're actually not only getting, returns from the value of the increase, but you're also getting interest. The game has changed and it's shifted, and we're taking some of the things that banks used to benefit from, and now we are benefit in our own bank accounts because we don't have to use them to take our money. Okay, we can grow our own money. Now, the Bitcoin industry, ladies and gentlemen, is not limited to people, that are what we call retailers. There's some Bitcoin whales out there. And what I mean by whales is Bitcoin whales are people that own at least 1,000 Bitcoin. Okay. And what you're looking at is just a snippet of the number of celebrities. If you're familiar with Shark Tank, you can go ahead and add Mr. Wonderful to this list. Mr. Wonderful just committed 3% of his portfolio to Bitcoin. Now, he don't know exactly how much that is, but as you know, Mr. Wonderful is a very rich man. 3% of his portfolio is probably pretty substantial. Okay, and that's what we're finding. Elon Musk, you can add him to this list. He just, Tesla just, bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Okay, so you get these Bitcoin whales that are coming on and gobbling up as much Bitcoin as they can. Why? Because the price of Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin is growing substantially. Okay, and so now even when you look at the naysayers, ladies and gentlemen, some people can be skeptical, and I don't have a problem with people being skeptical, but skepticism ends or should end when you come in contact with the right information. Okay. And JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, the CEO, I mean, he said this in 2017. I mean, Jamie Dimon claimed that cryptocurrency is only fit for use by drug dealers, murderers, and people living in North Korea. Now, I don't fit the description of any of that. Okay. But think about it. A few years later, JP Morgan extends banking services, okay, to Bitcoin exchanges. JP Morgan got in the Bitcoin game. They're investing heavily. Jamie Dimon is commenting almost every day about Bitcoin because he's more excited now than he's ever been because his company is making money. Okay, it's receiving growth, it's receiving a store of value from Bitcoin right now. When 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they were skeptical about it. Okay, Bitcoin is changing a lot of minds. Okay, Bitcoin, the estimates are out there, and I'm gonna tell you, there are some really really amazing estimates out there, and some forecasts, some predictions that Bitcoin is going to go to 300,000 a coin. As a matter of fact, gentleman Max Kaiser, he's probably the number one Bitcoin owner in the world. Okay, he bought it when it was $1 a coin, and he don't tell how much he owns, but he owns quite a bit of it. Okay, and he predicts that Bitcoin will go to $240,000 a coin before the end of this year. Okay, he also predicted to go to 77,000 a coin before the end of March. So, ladies and gentlemen, if all this comes to pass, which Max Kaiser has been very accurate with his predictions, you're talking about getting in the game now, having 5x growth before the end of the year. Just like if you'd have got in October of 2020, you'd have had 5x growth by now. Like I said, skepticism is only valid in the absence of real information. You see what I'm saying? All right. So PayPal is in. If you have a PayPal account, guess what? You can go and buy Bitcoin with your PayPal, with your Cash App. Okay, Square is in. Square and Cash App, I think, is the same company. Okay, 50 million in Bitcoin. All right. So now you're talking about retail establishments, having an ATM machine and a Bitcoin ATM machine right next to one another. So now you can convert your dollars to Bitcoin. You can convert your dollars probably to other crypto before it's over, said, and done. So I would encourage you to understand that whether you believe it or not, it's still growing. Whether you believe it or not, it's growing. And but people that are in are profiting handsomely. Places that accept Bitcoin. Mr. Reddick was just telling me, I don't know if he wanted to share that testimony, but how he used some Bitcoin at Subway already. So as you can see, Tesla, you can now pay for your Tesla with Bitcoin. I have a BitPay card here. Check this out. I have a BitPay card. So now I can take my BitPay card and I can use it anywhere. Okay, I can convert crypto, I can convert Bitcoin to cash and use my card just like any other big card. Okay, so the options are wide open for people in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so definitely we're excited about it. Okay, buy with Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, and it's coming to the point where a house, just like the ones you see pictured here, will cost one Bitcoin. Yes, that's right. Right now you can get a $50,000 car with one Bitcoin. Think about it. You can get a brand new car with one Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin goes and hits some of the markers like they project. I mean, one Bitcoin will buy you a house. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a game. Okay, some of the people in the club actually use Bitcoin to make some major purchases. The gentleman on the motorcycle, as you see there, that's the founder and CEO. MLS Bitcoin Club. Okay, he bought that big old hog he got right there for free. He got it for free, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Miss Jeannie Moore, right there with the mask on, she bought 3 vehicles with Bitcoin since being in the club, and she just went over her 1 year mark. Okay, Miss Pamela Jesse, she just purchased a brand new America's car, right? The Cadillac with Bitcoin. So as you can see, things are happening in a way that's changing lives and lifestyles. Okay, with this club. Why not now? Okay, or why now? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We want to do day-to-day things. We have to pay our bills. Okay, we have to, put gas in the car and pay our mortgage, our rent. We have to do all of these things. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is actually making it easier. It's actually giving you more cash flow to do these things with. Think about it. If you made $50,000 in 2020 and you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in July of 2020, okay, you made an extra $5,000 just from the Bitcoin purchase in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real, and people are finding these increases to be very helpful in their lifestyle. But like I said in the disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin prices will fluctuate. They can go down, they can go up, okay? Because Bitcoin is actually controlled by the people. All right? Just keep that in mind. Okay, what are some of your goals and dreams? A lot of you just, you want to be job free. You want to spend more time with the family. Maybe even purchase a bigger home. Take a vacation. You know, you know, buy one of those, sports cars that can hit 200 miles an hour. I don't know. Or just get something that's, like a Chanel bag or some red bottoms. I don't, ladies and gentlemen, the skies are limitless when you have the funds, when you have the necessary requirements in the way of money to meet some of these fun-loving obligations. Yeah, we want to be able to take care of our families, but we want to treat our family too. We want to treat our family real good. And guess what? Finding that you having an increase allows you to do more of those things. Okay, the state of our home economy is more important than ever. Okay, if your home economy is not growing, there's no one to blame for you. Like I said, opportunities come and go, ladies and gentlemen. They will move on to the next prepared person. So we want to make sure with this opportunity that you get 100% of the information. Okay, new ideas will pay your mortgage this week. Okay, so now here in the MLS Bitcoin Club, like I said, we are a club, but what the club allows you to do is receive cash flow for bringing other people to the club. So now when you bring people to the club, you simply actually receive cash flow for that process. But what I want to do real quick before I get into the cash flow is I want to bring Mr. Rufus Reddick back on. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a few things, okay, a few of his experiences, hear a couple of his testimonies, because certainly I want you to hear from this guy. I mean, he is wise. He is on his way to wealth. I'm excited that, that we have partnered up together and we're changing lives. Mr. Reddick, are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, Mr. Wells?
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear. Hey, for the people that don't know you, and just take a few moments and give people your background, and then give them a couple testimonies about your experience here with the MLS Bitcoin Club, if you don't mind.
No problem, Mr. Wells. I'm the son of a sharecropper. Nah, just kidding. I'm just a regular guy, man, originally from Albany, Georgia. I was in the Army, did the Army thing right out of high school, you know, trying to find myself. You know how it is when you're young, 19, you want to find yourself. You want to get your money right, family right, all that. You want to do all the grown up things. So after I got out the Army, I really want to know what closer to what I wanted to do, and whatever I did get, money, family, you tend to mess it up if you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes people get stuff and they don't know what to do with it, which brings the MLS Bitcoin Club into fruition here. I had Bitcoins. I had a chance to get Bitcoins from by joining Mr. Wells. You know, when he first told me about it, you know, I heard of Bitcoins, but I'm like, you know, I heard about it a long time ago when it's probably worth $10. But you know, in my mind, I was like, I'm not trading my dollars for some what I thought was like game tokens or whatever. When people say Bitcoins, I'm not finna get into that. But when Mr. Wells brought it to me, you know, I knew he was a smart, wise guy. So that made me listen more. I seen other people dealing with Bitcoin, but I didn't know them, you know. And I want to deal with somebody that I know that can help me because I'm the type, you know, I go from ABC 1, 2, 3. So he told me about the MLS Bitcoin Club. Back then, Bitcoin's worth $9,000 a coin. So, you know, for me to join the MLS Bitcoin Club, it cost me like $250, you know. And I was at a time where, you know, after, like I said, after I got out of the Army, that wasn't enough, you know. I retired, but I didn't retire well like I wanted to. So I had to get a job. I had to get that job. And I started working the job, doing good, coming back around, and then COVID-19 hit. And of course, that caused, I was working for the airline industry. So, of course, you know, the airline industry cut off a lot of jobs, you know, and mine was one of them. So I was back at pretty much square one. You know, all I was depending on was the unemployment. And Mr. Wells, you know, I told him what the situation was, and we got into another business venture. And then while we was doing that business venture, that's when MLS Bitcoin came along, and it really changed my life. I mean, I took, I don't want to say a $250 investment because it's really not an investment. I already had bought the Bitcoins. So what I did is I wanted to build upon my Bitcoins. I want to compound it, you know, because Bitcoins, like I said, worth $9,000 at the time. And me putting in $100 or $200 a week into Bitcoin, you know, I would never catch $9,000. So I had to join a club along with others where, you know, when it's called crowdfunding. When you get a chance to be around like-minded people who think the same way you do, want the same things you have, got the same vision, you know, you want to jump, you know, you want to jump in with both feet because you already know you know, you can get there by yourself, but you get further with people, you know, with more people, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was eager. I was ready, you know, to get into something like this. And my first couple of months, I tell you, by being in MS Club, sharing it with everybody, you know, I was sharing it all on social media. I was sharing it with you know, all my friends because I was into something that when when I think of Bitcoin, that's future money, you know, and I like future money because this money I got, the money I got now, I ain't doing it. So I said maybe I change over to some future money. You know, I could do a lot better. You know, it's a lot of people ahead of the game when it comes to this fiat money we call it. You know, they got more education than me. You know, they've been to school. Some kids were raised on how to handle this money, on how to handle the green dollar bill. You know, so now it's a switch to where now we ain't got no excuse. We can learn all about this Bitcoin now while it's in its infancy stage. Let's learn as much as possible. You know, you still got um, institutions learning it. They getting in. Some of them getting in late. Some of them got in early. The key is to get in. Once you start understanding and getting the knowledge, oh man, you know, sky's the limit. And the skies were limited for me when I put in the 250 and I start sharing everybody. Less than 2 months, I had over $20,000 in Bitcoin, and and it was crazy because that's your money. If you want it, that's yours. You know, it's your money. It wasn't like I had $20,000 over there and I can't touch it for 10 years. No, I can spend it right now. And that's what I did. I spent some too. I should have, if I would have known better back then. See in Bitcoin, you're going to learn more and more every day. And if I knew
So
Bitcoin would
let me
grow
ask you
like
this,
it did, oh man.
Mr. Reddick, let
So,
me ask you this question then.
yes, sir.
So knowing what you know, what are your thoughts on HODL? What are your thoughts on
HODL.
HODLing Bitcoin?
I used to hear that term a lot, all the time. What do they mean by HODL? And hodl simply
Hold on
means
for
hold
dear
on
life.
for dear life. Meaning, don't spend your Bitcoin. Don't spend anything. In other words, when you buy Bitcoins, you're not really buying it. All you're doing is trading it. You trading your dollars for Bitcoin. That's it. You people like, man, how much Bitcoin is? I can't afford Bitcoin. Yes, you can. How much money you got? $10? Okay, trade it for $10 in Bitcoin. You got $20, trade it for Bitcoin and just hodl it, meaning just hold on to it. You got to realize people don't realize that Bitcoin is digital gold. Like if you own physical gold, you wouldn't just go breaking off your gold pieces and buying stuff with it. No, you store it. It has a store of value, meaning you put it in the bank. You put it in a safe deposit box. And if you need money, you can borrow against it. You know what I'm saying? You could you know what I'm saying, because that's what you worth. Whatever amount of gold you have, that's your worth. That's your property. Gold is property. Okay, that's physical property. Bitcoin is digital property. You own that. Never get rid of that. Okay, never get rid of it. Hodl it. Hold on to it for dear life. Don't let
So
go. And
let
I
me
had
ask
to
you
learn
this
that
question, sir.
because I was just spending money.
Yeah,
And I'm glad I learned that valuable lesson because I would have way more Bitcoins than I do now. Go ahead,
that's
Mr.
right.
Wells.
So let me ask you this question here. What level are you on in the MLS Bitcoin Club?
I'm on my way to level 3 in the MLS Bitcoin Club because I start off at the starter level where I learned, that's me. I like to start off from the beginning, which everybody, once you join the MLS Bitcoin Club, you have to start off at the starter level. Okay. So you can learn, you can take your tour around the club. You can learn what you're getting into. You can learn all about what the club has to offer. Okay. And that gets you situated and you can invite others and say, man, take a look at what I'm in. This is pretty good. This club offer this club offer that, and that's what I did. And I seen what a club can offer to where I can do my own credit repair. I always thought it was so hard, to do credit repair that you had to hire people to do your credit or join credit repair clubs or something, but it's so simple. And by being in this MLS Bitcoin Club and having people around me like you, Mr. Wells, Miss Rasu, Miss Jenny Moore, our president, Darry Perkins, aka Mr. Wall Street, man, teaching us. I mean, he teaching us from the beginning all the way up to the top. He teaching us everything from credit repair and going to the next level is getting your own LLC. I never thought I'd have my own LLC. Like you
So
said
you have
before,
your LLC
I
now?
own my name. I own my name.
So you have your LLC now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
It feels
I'm so
good. I mean,
excited.
when I got my LLC, I've been in business for years and never really, saw the significance of it until I got it. And now that
Man,
I have it, I see the power in it and the respect in the
powerful.
business community. And plus, not to mention that you do own your name, and that is another aspect of it that's life changing.
That
So so
feels so
so so
good.
you're on you're on your way to level 3. So what? Give me your quick thoughts on the quality of the education here in the MLS Bitcoin Club.
Man, I love how they got it laid out and simple for me to understand. Because the more simpler it is for me to understand, the more I could be successful at it and the more I could teach it to others. And that's what I like about the MLS Bitcoin Club because even if I do it on my own and it's hard to understand something, I always got somebody to call. I always got uh, these nightly Zooms of people explaining how each opportunity works and how each class works. I mean, we got awesome speakers, like I mentioned before, Ms. Naima Rasul. We got Asada Kirkland. I mean, they know how to break it down. And if you still got questions, you can ask your questions and you can be successful in MLS Bitcoin Club.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, tell you what, sir, if you want to give a couple of parting words to the people on before I move to the next phase, about the education of the MLS Bitcoin Club, do so at this time.
Hey, no problem, man. You have to take advantage when opportunities get here. Sometimes we just don't know what we have. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us just foo it away. Just they're just something else. They're just something that, you have to jump. You got to do something different, ladies and gentlemen. You can't keep doing the same old thing over and over and expecting different results. Okay, I mean, you have to do something different. Okay. And a lot of us, year after year, I used to get a chance to get some money from my income tax, Mr. Wells. And, I had some big money, with the big, income tax, $5,000, $6,000, you think you balling, and 2 or 3 months later, you like, where that money went? Well, now you have a chance and an opportunity to know where your money went. Jump into the MLS Bitcoin Club. Take advantage of the education. I mean, it's just like going to school, man. People go to school for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? They still don't even get over 100,000 a year. It's a lot of people don't make over 100,000 a year, and $100,000 a year these days ain't nothing. They consider if you make less than $350,000 a year, you consider the working poor now. I believe
Yes,
that's
sir.
the number, 350,000. I mean, $350,000 a year, that's good money. But a lot of people work their butt off to see that money. They miss chances to spend with their kids, dance recital, basketball game, football game. They miss a lot to make that money. And this is an opportunity. Now you could trade your time for, stop trading your time for pennies, and you could trade your time for dollars, meaning you can make millions and you can get a chance to spend time with your kids and go on vacations and do positive things. So, man, just take advantage of the opportunity. You ain't got to jump in now. Just listen, take notes, photo it around in your head, come again, listen, fold it around in your head again until you finally get it. And then when you get it, you're going to be like, Eureka, I'm on to something new. Change your life, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Reddick, I certainly appreciate your powerful testimony and what this club has been doing for you and continue to do for you. I know your team is rocking and rolling. You have brought a lot of people to the club, and those rewards are absolutely growing exponentially. It's one thing to receive the reward, and then another thing when that reward continues to grow, whether you get out of bed or not. That is absolutely life changing. So let me shift gears here real quick, and I want to talk about, because I mentioned earlier, you can receive free Bitcoin for being a part of this club here, and this is how the process works. See, the one thing I understand about education is, you're gonna have to, pay in sweat equity, or you're gonna have to pay money. Okay, you have to pay in sweat equity, or you have to pay in money. Well, here in the club, it gives you an opportunity to actually get your way into the club and then start receiving free Bitcoin for bringing people along with you. Okay, so now here's how that process works. As you can see on the screen here, you have a house. With you at the starter level at the house, remember now there's 10 levels of education here. Each level has houses just like this one here. So when you move from starter level to level one, from level one to level two, you get new houses. And the goal is to bring people to the club and they occupy those houses. Okay, so now in this example here, let's say you brought two people to the club. Okay, you brought two people to the club. And now those two people came in on your A line. So now what the club is going to pay you $49 plus 50% of the $250. Okay, so that person paid $399. That's $149 plus $250, right? $399. So what you're going to receive is $49. Okay, a part of the registration fee plus 50% of the $250. So now, ladies and gentlemen, bringing two people to the club, you've nearly got the entire $399 back in the form of free Bitcoin. Okay, so now the goal is to help those two bring or do like I did and bring 6. Okay, so I filled my first house by myself. Before anyone had an opportunity to bring anyone else to the club, I brought 6 people to the club. So now bringing 6 people to the club simply means I earned 400% of my investment. Okay, so now on the A line, I earned $49, okay, plus $49, and then $125 for each person. On my B line, I earned $49 times 4, okay, $49 times 4, plus I earned 100%. So I earned the whole 250 back on the first 3 people on the B line, and then that 4th person actually rotated and started me a brand new house. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is perpetual. Okay, once you come into the club, once you pay to come into the club, okay, you don't have to ever come out of your pocket with any new money. Any funds that you use to level up in the club, you can use funds that you've already received from the club. Okay, so that's absolutely a powerful way to hold up. I tell you what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead now. Give me 1 second here. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Let me just get back to where we were, and I'll go ahead and resume. Okay, so now $3.99 plus to get into the club, and as people come in, you're going to actually receive 50% or 100% as they come into the club. That's a powerful way to earn an extra revenue source in the form of free Bitcoin. Okay, you don't have to worry about going into your pocket. So now you can continue to rotate on the starter level as many times as you want, ladies and gentlemen. You can bring people to the club, and now you're rotating on the starter level over and over and over again, whether you bring them or someone that's in your matrix brings them. Either way, when these spots get filled, okay, and all 6 spots get filled, you will rotate into a new house. Whether you brought the people or people that's already in the club brought the people, because you'll find people dropping into your house that you didn't bring yourself. Okay, they was just the next person that someone else brought in. That spot was open and it took that spot. So it's an amazing concept in actually producing revenue for you, and you could earn up to 400% each time you get a cycle. Okay. So now let's take a look at this here, ladies and gentlemen. These are the different levels here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all up here so we can see it. Okay, and then that way you can actually read it as I go along. All right. So now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you can start. Everyone starts at the starter level. All right. So now, if you rotate on the starter level, on average, you'll receive about $750 in cash flow. So now you can use a portion of that $750 in cash flow to move to the next level. So you're looking at a $500 to move to the next level. Okay? So now take $500 from the $750 you've received and move to the next level. Now, why would you want to do that? Because for the same work of closing one house, you receive on average $1,500 in cash flow in Bitcoin. Okay, for closing the house on level 1. Okay, $750 on the starter level, but it's $1,500 on level 1. Okay, so now you opened up a new education, which is extreme credit, and also people that you brought. They didn't come to sit at the starter level and learn about crypto 101 and 102. They want to move to the higher levels as well. So when they follow you, and they will follow you, if you brought them, they will follow you to the next level. You understand? So now you're on level 1. You close a house. 6 people came in, and you close a house on level 1. So now you receive $1,500 in free Bitcoin from rotating in the house. So now you can use a portion of that 1,500 to move to level 2. Okay, use 1,000 of that to move to level 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're in. You can start your LLC. So now at level 2, guess what? People are going to follow you there. Why? They didn't come in to sit at start level 1. They want to move to the higher levels too. So everything that's happening for you is happening for the people that are following you as well. Because this is all we do, ladies and gentlemen. We introduce people to a new education system. People get excited about it. They join us, and the club grows. And as the club grows, we all benefit. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you can have people drop in your house that you have no clue who they are. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind that this thing can go really, really fast. I'm on level 3 in the club, about to go to level 4. Okay, so because I understand the power of business credit. But here's the power, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't go in my pocket, I didn't go in my checking account to pay to get to level 3. I just used the cash flow that I received from starter level 1, level 2 to go to level 3. Okay, so it costs $2,000 to go to level 3. Okay, so, and ladies and gentlemen, here's the beauty of it. One is what you received in the club that you're using to level up. Okay, and 2, those other levels rotate even still. So once you move to level 2, guess what? You're now rotating on starter level 1, and level 2. And each time those levels rotate out, you get an average amount of Bitcoin you receive for each one of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, once you move up to another level, all those previous levels are still in place for you, and you're receiving cash flow as people come into those levels as well. This can get really serious. So now you get people like Miss Jeannie Moore. She did this in record time. She received over $60,000 in Bitcoin in the first 30 days. Ladies and gentlemen, that is impressive. It is very impressive. All right. And so now you look at people that have proceeded, followed her into the club and having massive success. My sponsor is Naima Rasul, absolutely amazing leader. She's at level 5, just doing some amazing things. Okay, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, as you move up levels, there's a cost, but the cost is not coming out of your pocket. It's coming from proceeds you've already received from the club itself. And now you're rotating on multiple levels all at the same time. So now you see why we're excited, why we're in this place. The education is amazing. The opportunity to build something everlasting is right here before us. And the information is not like you use it or lose it, because this information is pertinent to this day and time, pertinent to our households right now, that we get in the trenches and understand our education. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about continuous learning. I'll have a birthday in a few weeks here, but guess what? You're never too old to learn something new. That old you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh no. I don't believe that. I don't buy into that at all. Okay, we all have an opportunity to learn something new, and I know everyone can learn something from this club. And if you know everything, that's a good reason to join the club, because you can be that testimony to bring other people along with you. Okay, so I'm excited about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about what's going on here in the club. And let me go ahead and all right. So in close, let me see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead. I know we've been going a little long, but that's all right. But here's an example of how you can produce some significant revenues here in the club. This example here, this is actually a club member, okay, who received 10.22 Bitcoin by referring 44 people to the club, receiving Bitcoin on 34 positions. Okay, that produced, at the time, this was in December of 2020. Okay, 10.22 Bitcoin was approximately $197,000. Just to kind of give you an example of how things change, 10.22 Bitcoin is well over $500,000 now. So things change. And as your Bitcoin increases in value, that's why we believe in hodling. Because what it is today, 50,000 a coin today, is going to be a lot more valuable going down as we move forward into 2021 and beyond. Bitcoin is projected in some scenarios in the next few years to go to $1 million a coin. If you have one Bitcoin today, ladies and gentlemen, that $50,000 is now worth $1 million in the next few years. That's why we hold on for dear life. We don't want to get rid of Bitcoin. We've had a lot of Bitcoin celebrations, especially in this house. We've used Bitcoin for a lot of things. But I tell you, like right now, ladies and gentlemen, we hodl. Okay. And we understand that what we have is increasing in value. We don't want to spend it in today's value. We want to let it grow to tomorrow's value. Okay. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity to earn significant Bitcoins. Okay. In this back office, the club here pays multiple times daily. And if you look at some of these examples, you can see that, hey, listen, here's an example of a person getting paid 4 times, on the 27th. Let's see, in this example here. Yep, on the 27th, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times on the 28th, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, the club will pay out multiple times daily. That's why I say they don't hold funds, because they don't. As soon as a person enters the club, the funds are paid out. That's amazing. So now, if you have something to do, if you want to see some results right away, you don't have to wait long. When you start bringing people to the club, guess what? The cash flow, the bit flow, as we call it, will start flowing to you right away. Okay. Like him or love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. Bill Gates, he has some amazing things to say. And this quote here is fitting. He says, if you're born poor, it is not your fault. We don't choose our circumstances in which we come into this world. But if you die poor, it is your fault. Ladies and gentlemen, opportunities come our way so often. I saw Bitcoin when it was $6.46 a coin. $6.46 a coin. $600 would have bought me, $650 would have bought me 100 coins. Now, $650 in Bitcoin, 100 coins would be worth $5 million today. Yeah, that's right. A $650 investment 9 years ago would be $5 million today. Yeah, that's sobering, right? But, ladies and gentlemen, I was delayed, but I was not denied. Okay, I just look at my previous experience as a learning lesson. Okay, and because it's a learning lesson, I learned the lesson. So when you hear, it's funny because when I first got in the club, I was telling people Bitcoin is $9,000. You better get them. Okay, and a lot of people didn't follow. They didn't follow up on the information. They didn't join. They didn't do anything about it. Now it's 50,000. I tell people, hey, listen, Bitcoin is $50,000 a coin. You better get involved. Okay, even if you just buy it and hold it, you better do something, because this is a wealth transference. A wealth transference is going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Right now. $1.5 trillion has already been sucked out the world economy into cryptocurrency. $1.5 trillion. And that is going up like a rocket ship. If all the predictions hold, you're talking about $4 to $5 trillion out of the world economy will be moving into cryptocurrency this year. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way that's not going to affect you. It's going to affect you. It has to. Because economies shift when $5 trillion move. Okay. But when you're in this position, now you have an opportunity to ride that increase. Okay. When you ride that increase, ladies and gentlemen, it can change your lifestyle. And it can separate you from the people that did not. Okay. Not the have and the have nots. You have the people that did, and you have the people that did not. Okay. And that's what Mr. Gates is talking about. What's next? Make a decision. Get mad. Make a decision, ladies and gentlemen. Motivated and determined. It's amazing, some of the things that you learn. But when you understand what's going on here, and you walk by faith, if you don't fully understand, it's life changing. Create a wallet. Get back with the person that invited you on. If you invited on here because of me, then just hit me, DM me, let me know. Hey, listen, we can have a conversation about what's going on. Okay, we can get you activated. We can get you set up, ready to go, ready to change your lifestyle, increase your education. Okay, all of that. Okay, that's my function as your sponsor or whoever sponsors you in to make your transition into Bitcoin and the MLS Bitcoin smooth. Okay, it's your time to shine. Okay, get back with the person that invited you on, ladies and gentlemen. We are definitely doing some amazing things here, and we're looking forward to having each and every one of you connect with us. You know, even if it's about education, it's not about increasing your cash flow. You know, understanding the 5 pillars of wealth will change whatever cash flow you currently have. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. Let me see here. Let me see if I can. Like I said, bam, there we go. Look at that. He's good at it. Mr. Reddick, thank you so much, sir, for your time. And I know you're a busy man. You got a lot going on. You ran home to be a part of this here experience. We're gonna do more presentations. Why? Because we want to get the word out, and we want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to hear the good news about the MLS Bitcoin Club. I thank you so much, sir. And definitely
Yes,
all the people on the line. Let me see here if I have any questions. I'm up here on the this is a pretty cool system here. Okay. Marquise, what's going on, sir? All right. Yeah, he's a big Bitcoin man himself. It's amazing how many people are in the Bitcoin space that are moving, but yet the millions that are not here, we just want to make sure they get an opportunity to get ahead of the masses when it comes to this. All right. But there are no questions in here. Absolutely. I should announce, I'll get better. I should announce, hey, post your questions. I don't know. Can you see this in Facebook? Can you see the questions? Yeah, probably not. Okay.
No, I see comments. I don't see no questions.
Yeah. You see comments in the Facebook?
Oh,
you see them?
It's Naima said, "Man, I wish I could get in on this conversation."
But hey, everybody, I thank y'all so much for your time. Looking forward to working with you, answering your questions. All right. Talk to you soon. I'll post the next presentation. It won't be long to do another presentation. Probably this weekend, more likely. All right. Be safe, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wells.
You got it.
Don't forget, click like and share, y'all.